So today's lesson is all about installment plans without interest. So here's what you got to understand about these things, right? Installment plans basically allow the consumer to get what they want and buy it when they want it. So you kind of saw that in the previous lesson. When you think about installment plans, right, this allows a customer to take home an item without paying the total amount at the time of the purchase. Because, the reason why we're doing this is because we're in hard times right now. We're kind of in a recession, and some people, when they need something fixed or they need something to buy for their home, they may not have all the money that they need for that thing right now, but eventually they will. Now, let's talk about how it works. Now, when we're talking about how it works, this is what goes on. The stores have to get their money, right? So the buyer usually pays a deferral charge. So they figure out the total amount of money, right? And then they figure out how much they're going to charge you for getting that thing paid off in a longer time, okay? i.e., we pay an administration fee just for the privilege of not paying the total amount at the time of the purchase. The fees and the taxes are paid at the time of purchase. So let's go over an example of how this works, and then I want you to go and try your own problems online. So let's begin. I have this cousin Andre, okay? He bought a 52-inch plasma TV, and the TV cost $5,200 plus tax. He decides to take the pay nothing for 90 days option. So this is one of those installments with no interest pay thing, right? Basically, afterwards, he'll pay a monthly installment plans for 24 months. The administration fee is 10% of the fee at the time of purchase. So let's talk about that. How is this going to work? The first thing that we got to figure out is how much this thing costs right now as we decide to pay for this thing. Now, the first thing that you got to figure out is what the total amount of money is for this thing. So when you hear the concept at the time of purchase, right, they're actually saying, hey, figure out what the total cost is when we buy this thing right at the beginning, okay? So in order to figure that, what we're going to do is we need to take our original amount of money, all right, and we need to figure out what our total cost is when we're paying it up front, right? So the total cost up front when we start paying is going to be $5,200 times 1.13. Now you just got to remember that this represents the total with checks. So you just got to remember you're going to take the original amount and multiply by 1.13 to get the total amount. Now that we know that, we can go and take that information and use it to build the rest of the problem. So up front, the total cost of everything is going to be $58.76 when you punch that in your calculator. So we still haven't finished talking about that administration fee, eh? So let's go and zoom out a little bit and make sure we kind of understand what's happening there. We said that the cost of this thing was the total amount of money, which is what we have here, right? Okay. And we need to take 10% at the time of purchase. So at the time of purchase, it's $58.76. So this is how we calculate the administration fee. The administration fee is this price at 10% to figure out how much we need to pay. So let me explain to you what we're going to do. So in this case, we said at the time of purchase, the total was $58.76, right? But now the administration fee is 10% of the fee at the time of purchase. So in order to calculate that, we're just going to go take the price that we have for the overall thing. We're going to times it by that fee percentage. So we got $58.76 times this number, 10%. And you know that it's just going to be $58.76 times 0.10, right? Which gives us $587, and you guessed it, 60 cents. So the key to understanding this is that you calculate this amount, and this number of $587.60 is in addition to what we pay. So we're actually having to pay upfront a total of $587.60. And so now that Andre has finally paid the administration fee, he can get this thing. He can actually get this thing for what he wants, right? So remember, the original thing is we were going to take the $5,200, right? And we were going to pay that over 24 months, right? And we said that the original price here with the taxes all in was $58.76. So now that we've paid that administration fee that we have here, right? What that allows us to do is it allows us to make those payments on the $58.76. So if I want to figure out what the monthly payments are, this is what we do. We're just literally going to take those payments and divide by 24. And that's our monthly payments after we have paid this big administration fee. So we can pay the 24 payments over 24 months free of interest, right? And our administration fee allows us to do that. So basically we take the $58.76 divided by 24, which is the 24 months, which means we're going to end up paying $244.83 every month, and we are done. Now, remember that this is true for anything that we pay, right? Remember this. You always think that the administration fee is $39.99, but here's the bad part. You notice how it says that the taxes are due up front, right? So the taxes for the admin fee is going to be, to figure out the total amount of money for the admin, we're going to have to multiply that by 1.13, right? And that gives us a final amount for our admin fee to be $45.18. Now, when they say the taxes are due up front, it means we have to figure out the taxes on that $1,200 that we started with, right? Now, the $1,200 that we started with, if we want to just find the taxes for that on the $1,200, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take $1,200 and we're going to times it by 13%, right? So remember, this part here was the total for the admin fee with taxes. And so now we just got to figure out the amount of taxes that we paid on the $1,200, and that's got to be paid. So we go and multiply that through. We figure out our answer is $156. Okay. And so here is the total money, the total upfront based on this problem. So you may see a problem like this on your work. So you're going to go $45.18. And we're also going to have to add the $156, which gives us a total of $201.18. Now, you'll see that there's a lot of math here and stuff like that. So make sure that you also say what the final answer is. So in this case, the total upfront is $201.18. So that's how much we paid. So now the final thing we got to figure out is, are you ready for it? What the monthly payments are. And this is it. We paid the administration fee and all the taxes. All that's left to pay is the money left over. So this is our monthly payment. So normally you'd think that you would take, all right, we're going to go and pay this, right, for 12 months, right? But remember, we pay nothing for 3 months. So if you think about it, there's only 9 months left. 9 months to pay that we're going to be paying, right? Because remember, we pay nothing for 3 months. So now 1,200 divided by 9 gives us a certain answer. So these guys over the final 9 months, remember, they don't pay for the first 3 months. They got to pay a total of $133.33 every month until the end of the 12-month period. There you go. So therefore, monthly payments are $133.33. Now, make sure when you're reading the terms of the administration, sometimes you don't have to pay. You just pay, you start paying right away. And sometimes you get months taken away. This is just a slightly more difficult problem. All right. Have a good day. Homework is posted.